If you like what you see here, go visit our website at carolinaballisticsta.net. Sign up for gun classes, check out our merchandise, and once you're done there, go ahead and share, like, and subscribe to all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Daniel Irwin, CEO and founder of Carolina Ballistics, and this is
Justin Johns, the COO.
Alright, very cool. So it looks like we're going to be cleaning guns today. Alrighty, so Justin, what do we have here?
Alright, so first up, you brought in your Beretta 92. I got my Glock 34. We're going to break these down and clean them.
Very cool, very cool. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my Beretta 92. Beretta's actually fairly simple to break down. Put the weapon on safe, right? Make sure you don't have any ammunition anywhere in sight. Both these guns have been checked for clear, right? I have my magazine actually right here, so there is no ammo in either one of these guns, all right? Double check. All right, so what you do, there's an actual button on the side of the lower receiver, I guess it would be, and you would actually press it down, and the latch here literally just swivels over. Literally just slides off. Really simple, easy to take down. Take out your barrel, your guide rod, and your spring, and your slide, and barrel. Just pretty much just slides right off. Show us how you take down your Glock.
All right, so my Glock, first I check for ammo. I don't have a magazine in, no ammo inside. So, this is a little trick I learned to do is hold back. There is no safety, by the way, on this. So, except for you count like the trigger safety. So I'm gonna pull back on the slide, hold it in place. I'm gonna pull down on these buttons. I don't know if you can see on either side. They're on both sides. Pull down on both of them, and then release the slide. Pull the trigger, and it'll come right off.
Just slides off.
All right, so I'm gonna do that one more time, just to kind of show you how, like, I'm pulling back on the slide, I'm pulling down on these two buttons, I release the slide, pull the trigger while I'm still holding these buttons down, it'll slide off. That easy.
Too easy.
All right, too easy. Take out the guide rod, spring, and the barrel.
That's the barrel right there. Big hole.
There we go.
Good God, I said barrel.
You did.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, so I'm broken down too.
All right, very cool, very cool. All right, so I guess like the first thing that I normally do is just like look inside, like where your trigger mechanism is, make sure there's no major obstructions. I don't see anything. You see anything in there?
Nope.
All right.
I've already cleaned it, so
Sick nasty.
clean too.
So let's go ahead and just touch it up a little bit, all right? So normally what I do, I give you a toothpick too. Oh no, an ear thing. Yeah, we both got one. All right. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead, open that slide up, dig in those crevices, right? And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably have shot this gun probably, I don't know, 3 times in my entire life. I literally just used it by my bed just to like that is the sole purpose of this pistol. But anyways, I use it for like cleaning, just like trigger discipline. Like I line it up on like a target on my wall, or one like little thing that I do at home is but I use trigger discipline to make sure that I can line them up in like plenty of time. Because like if you really think about it, a person stays on the TV for like what, a second before it switches over to another person.
It's good target practice.
Yeah.
Alignment, finding your target.
Yeah.
Trigger squeeze.
Yeah.
On someone that's not really in your room.
Yeah, really in my room. Yeah, be anybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's usually what I do with this pistol. And what's so crazy about it is like, regardless, and look at yours. You probably just cleaned it. Like you will always find gook in your pistol. You know what I'm saying? That's just the nature of the beast.
So I've taken only the cleaning utensils I'm going to be using for my 9mm out of my case, just because I don't need to have my whole tool case right here. Taking those things out, I'm going to be using. All right, I've got my brass I'm going to clean the barrel with. I've got my little follow through that I'm going to be cleaning the barrel with afterwards. And then we got some Q-tips and rags. And then off screen we have CLP and then gun lube for specific parts in the gun that will need lube. Very professional, yes. All right. So I've cleaned up my slide a little bit. I'm going to be doing a little bit more. I recommend rags, using some CLP. So what we're using the CLP for, the different methods. You can spray it on, or you can spray it onto your rag and put it on your gun. The CLP, the whole purpose is to, well, the definition is here. CLP cleans, lubricates, protects. But the main part of it is we're using it for the cleaning method. We've got some gun lube to follow up with those parts that need to be lubed up more.
I wasn't gonna work.
All right. So
Alright, yeah. So, yeah. You know, like, as you saw, I just switched from my Q-tip to my, I don't know, this was called like a micro rag?
microfiber rag.
Yeah, yeah. I like these a lot because, like, they, like, really pick up gook. Especially, like, on your slide. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you before, like, you can clean these things probably 1,000,000 times and still find something wrong with your pistol. It's for the people out there that are like, what's it called, OCD, it's gonna drive you literally insane.
You just need to make sure it's clean enough
Yeah.
that you don't think you're gonna have a problem in the future. Right? For most of you, try not to just run a snake through it. A snake is, you know, what I'm using here, or brass. Don't just run your brass through your barrel and say, all right, clean the barrel. No, you got to clean the other parts too to make sure it functions well every time.
So I'm going to use some of Justin's CLP here, and I usually like to put it where metal rubs against metal. So like where the slide would meet the like the action. That's usually, and the slide meets the. I'm gonna say this is a lower receiver, right? I'm gonna put some CLP there. Right. Wipe it off. I'm gonna rub it. Now, you know, that CLP, as you see it in the names, clean, lubricate, you can actually use that same CLP on the actual finish of the gun. I don't really use it too much on like my rifles, but on my pistols, absolutely. Absolutely.
So the black part, it's called bluing, or it's called, what's the other part it's called? Bluing or the protectant.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and the great thing about like cleaning guns is like it's kind of like, I don't know, like relaxing, you know, like it's just you and your hobby, and you can have music or you can do it with a friend, and I don't know, it's just kind of like a chill thing to do.
So fun fact, the military and the NRA, they both told me, and I just don't, I can't get myself to believe it. Let me know your beliefs. So when you clean your barrel, right, the round is over here on this, you see that? On this side, the explosion happens and the bullet travels through the barrel this way. So military and the NRA have both told me, hey, when you clean your gun, you want everything to cycle through one way. But yeah, I mean, for me, that doesn't really make sense. I can run this through back and forth, and I can get what the explanation I've heard is that there are little grooves inside.
Yeah,
like
the
when you
lands
watch
and grooves.
Lands and grooves, like when you're watching GoldenEye and you see that little opening scene. That is supposed to be a barrel, and that's how it looks inside. You can actually see, when you look inside, you can see it spiraling. The lands and grooves is what they've talked about it's supposed to only go one way. For me, I mean, the brass is not going to scratch it up because it's hardened steel. It's not. It's meant to take a lot more abuse than brass. Brass will not do anything. So take that for what you will. I don't know. What do you believe?
Yeah, I kind of just because I'm more into like long distance shooting, and I know that like internal factors can throw your round. So when it comes to like the lands and the grooves of a barrel, I try to do anything to avoid any kind of obstruction. Like I even hinder using brass to clean it. So like for the most part, I just use like cloth and I just run it through a barrel 500,000 times. But that's just me, you know what I'm saying? And with a pistol, especially with a pistol that I probably will never shoot anytime in the future, I don't really think it makes a whole lot of difference. But that's just my thought on the subject.
Yeah, for me, you know, I'm going to be using my brass just to make sure it is clean, just because I want to use it until the barrel's done. You know? And I figured the amount of use, you know, I'll be able to use, you know, the brass on it, and it'll be okay. You know, I'm not going to do that much overtime.
Yeah. I guess at the end of the day, it's your gun, so I mean, theoretically, you can do whatever you want, right? You know?
I was cleaned by I keep wanting to say long rifle, my 6.5 Creedmoor barrel. It's pretty long, and I was using the.
That was that your AR-10 or was that your actual bolt action?
My AR-10's downstairs. That's one you saw.
That's the 308.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, but my sniper rifle, man, I was taking. I don't know how many of these little sheets I ran through, and it was still. I still had carbon at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because that carbon was just layer on top of it itself.
Yeah, and the thing about like carbon, it can actually get in the way of some of the lands and grooves. So like, it can actually affect the velocity and the ballistics of a bullet. So like, you got to get that carbon out, especially out of your lands and grooves. That is a incredibly important thing to do. And hey, if you feel that using brass, your carbon buildup is just that intense in your gun, hey, do what you got to do. And to be completely honest, I don't know when the last for my bolt action, for like competitions, for like long range shooting, I don't even clean my rifle. The bolt action, I always make sure a professional does, to be honest with you. Yeah, because bolt action rifles, like especially when you get them custom made, they are expensive as hell. You know what I'm saying?
It's an understatement.
Yeah. So for my bolt action rifle, I usually have like professional cleaning, and you could take it to like a gunsmith and they'll do it for like $30. And for me, like, I don't want to, like, a custom bolt action rifle supposed to guarantee you sub MOA grouping. You know what I'm saying? Like, most factory rifles are inch grouping, and that's on the good end. I think Daniel Defense's Delta Pro guarantees sub MOA grouping, and that's like the best in my knowledge that grouping can come from a factory made gun. You know what I'm saying? But with custom rifles, like, they're so expensive because they're supposed to guarantee sub MOA grouping. And when you're shooting like long distances, like centimeters turn into miles. You know what I'm saying? And like, if your grouping isn't tight up to like 300, 400 meters, and then when it comes to like your longer shots, like 1,000 meters, you're missing significantly.
Yeah, those numbers, they don't add up.
Yeah.
They multiply.
Yeah.
So that meter,
for sure.
That centimeter at 100 yards is 3 meters at 300 yards, and it's feet at 1,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, instead of just being off a little bit, you're off by a few feet.
Yeah.
You missed your target.
Yeah,
1,000
completely.
1,000 meters.
And yeah, you know, in the long range game, whether you know you're down range or you're in a competition, like sometimes you don't get a second time. You know what I'm saying? That target is gone. You know, and in competitions, we're actually doing a vortex competition down here in Ellerbe County in North Carolina on August 14th for vortex. And you'll see, like, we'll see a bunch of like great shooters, but like their shots are timed. So if they miss a target at 1,000 feet, they may not have a second chance to redo it. Or if they do, they're gonna rush the shot and it's gonna be another miss. Yeah. Yeah. Long range game is a beast of its own.
Yeah, and when they do have time, when they actually have time, fun fact, they will wait till the wind gets the perfect condition.
Yeah.
And the weather is perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be waiting.
Yeah, you talking about like downrange though, right? Or you talking about for like competitions? Bro, I've been at a competition which they shot in the rain. Like
yeah, but like they'll have like 10 minutes to wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying is they can't just wait until the next day.
Oh yeah.
But they'll wait.
Sure.
They'll take their time.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be watching. You know, and they've got a spotter with them. You know, just watching the wind, and they'll have to stay on target. Like, all right, good to go. Send it.
Mm-hmm.
And they fire, and they wait for the next target. You know, the next opening or window for them to shoot again.
Yeah, they're actually really cool. I enjoy going to the competitions. I hope to compete at some point, but at that point, you're like competing against like sniper instructors. You know, like actually, my instructor was a third group sniper instructor. And he's actually competing in the long range shooting competition that's coming up in a week or two. And yeah, the competition's serious. Yeah, competition is serious. All right, so basically what we did up to this point is we've cleaned our slide. We've added COP to the slide. I've cleaned out our barrel. I only used cloth to clean out my barrel. We cleaned out our spring. Did some light cosmetic cleaning on the outside of the lower receiver. I used to pick inside where the trigger mechanism is at. I used to pick to clean out the near where the action is at, and on the side of the lower receiver here. Just making sure get as much carbon to make sure that everything kind of fits smoothly and the gun runs fine. Where are you at on yours?
I'm just cleaning out the barrel. Everything will be clean with me. Then I'm gonna put a light coat of gun cleaner on the trigger mechanisms, and we get to go too.
I'm doing it this way. I've never done it this way, but I just want to do it. This barrel's pretty immaculate. Like I said, I don't shoot this gun at all. This is really just a training aid in my room when I'm watching TV or yelling at the TV over some stupid politician. But I don't really shoot this gun at all. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can pick up, but I'm like completely apolitical. I don't really have like a political affiliation by any means. I just kind of like do my own thing. Alrighty. So our barrels are clean, our guide rides are clean, our springs are clean, slide are clean, our lower receiver is clean for the most part, and they're ready for reassemble. Alright. I might just clean this little part over here real quick.
Yeah, for the most part, we've field stripped it.
Yeah.
We have not taken it apart. You can take apart every piece. The trigger has 10 parts to it.
Yeah.
We could have taken apart, you know, each one of those and clean up. What we're gonna do is clean up what we did do.
Yeah.
Is clean up the important parts. Make sure those are working well, which they already.
We're not gonna get stupid.
All right.
All right, guys. Now we're gonna reassemble our pistols. All right. So big thing just to keep in mind when you reassemble. Put the barrel in, the back part where the the guy rod and spring goes. Make sure that's in the back of the slide. Slide that right in there. All right. Get your spring and your guide rod and just stick that in there. Shove your spring in there and put your little guide rod right there on the bottom of the lip of your barrel there. All right. So now I'm going to reassemble the pistol. Literally just rack it back. Flip up the little lever. That's on the other side. Hold the back on the Beretta, of course. And it locks it right in place. Do a quick functions check. Pull the trigger. It's on safe, so it doesn't fire. That's good. Put the weapon on fire. Put the weapon on fire. Pull the trigger. All right. Drop the action. Rack it one more time. You want to hear the. There you go. Little reset. This gun. It's good to go.
All right. So for the Glocks are generally going to be the same across the board. That's what I like about them. That's why I like Glocks so much. Very common. Kind of like, you know, you can mix and match a lot of pieces. So first thing I'm going to do, put the barrel in the slide. Slide it back. I'm going to hold it there. Now, it'll only go in one way. You'll figure it out that the front end is going to be a little bit smaller. The back end is a little bit bigger. When I say the back end, here's the front of the barrel. Here's the front, the smaller part. It's going to go up front. Slide it in. There are 2 steps. You're going to push it in to the second step. All right. Once that's in, put the slide on. Rack it back because it's not on all the way. All right. Whenever we rack it back, we're going to pull it all the way back and let it go. All right. I'm going to do a functions check. There's no ammo. All right. I'm going to pull it back again. There's that click that we're talking about. Good to go. All right. Now I'm racked. I'm not stacked. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to load it.
Awesome, awesome. So that concludes this little gun cleaning course that you guys got. Stay in tune with us on updates, promos, all the good stuff that we're going to have to offer. Carolina Ballistics, t-shirts, merch. We got merch. Carolina Ballistics and Training Academy has a lot of great stuff coming up for you guys. Look out for some more free stuff. Thank you guys so much for checking into us. We got nothing else for you.